Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Justin. Today I'm looking at the FF338 from Firefly Guitars. Alright, so let's take a look at this. I am really digging this guitar. This is a really neat instrument. I've had such a great time playing around with it the past few days since it arrived, and a lot of people right away when they think of a semi-hollow guitar, they go right to blues or country or that sort of tone. But don't forget artists like Malcolm Young or Dave Grohl. You can get some gritty, great rock and roll tones out of this. You can also get some great pop tones out of this. Even stuff like the Beatles, George Harrison and John Lennon both used semi-hollow body guitars quite a bit. So you can get a whole lot of different genres from this instrument. It sounds great. If you watch this channel a lot, you know that I'm usually playing a solid body guitar, usually in all black. But I gotta say, I'm really liking this rose gold color. And these inlays are kind of fun too. They've got a little middle finger on them. So you got some Johnny Cash meets Dolly Parton, right? And Firefly's got a lot of different finishes and styles on their 338 model. I will put a link in the description if you want to check out some more of the different styles. I'm sure you can find something that fits with your band, with your genre, with your style. So ordering an acoustic or a semi-hollow or a hollow body guitar, I know that sometimes the shipping can be a bit of a worry for some people, but I think they did a really good job of packing this in a lot of styrofoam and a lot of protective layers to make sure this came in, and there's not a single scratch on this thing. Shipping was really fast, and the customer service reps have been really helpful with putting in the order and all that. So even before I started playing this thing, I was already a fan of the Firefly brand. And so right out of the box, I'm already really enjoying this instrument, and I did a little bit of setup work. I did a little bit of intonation adjustments, and I actually lowered the pickups a little bit to get a little bit of a warmer tone out of this, which is what I feel like I'm kind of looking for in a semi-hollow body guitar. I did a little bit of intonation work on the guitar as well. The saddles were all pretty much where they should be, but I was having a little bit of a problem on the D string. It turned out it wasn't an issue with the true tone of the guitar or the length of the neck or anything like that. It was just a dead string. So if you get this and you have the same sort of issue, just try to change out a string, and it might not be an issue with the guitar at all. It might just be the string. So hopefully that's a good little tip if you end up having the same issue that I had. And now it sounds great. But I didn't have to adjust the truss rod or anything like that, so other than those little tweaks, this was ready to go right out of the box. One other thing that I want to touch on before we actually start playing this is that I know that there are some people that are sort of wary of the budget guitars in that sort of $200, $100 to $300 range. And I totally get that. For a long time, there were quite a bit of sort of cheap knockoff guitars that weren't of very high quality, and maybe the hardware wasn't as good, or all sorts of different issues that you would find on those guitars. But I've been really enjoying this, and I think that in the past few years, there have been a lot of guitar brands that are creating more budget-conscious guitars that really sound great and look great and feel great. And you can tell by the Firefly website and how quickly they sell out of their different models that a lot of people are really liking these guitars. So without further ado, let's plug this in and see how it sounds. Alright, so let's get started. As I mentioned, a lot of people, when they see a semi-hollow body guitar, they think country and blues. So let's start out with some clean tones and see how those sound. Like I mentioned, some other great semi-hollow body guitar players like Malcolm Young or Dave Grohl. You can get some great rock and roll, gritty, bluesy rhythm tones out of this. Alright, and last but not least, I know that a more distorted tone is not what people usually think of when they see a semi-hollow body guitar, but that's the space that I usually live in. Those are the genres that I usually tend to play, so let's do a little bit of that. Actually, one thing I want to say really quick before we hit that. There is such an advantage to trying out new types of instruments, whether it's a new style of guitar or a different instrument entirely, like a piano or a violin or something like that, or even just a new pedal. Especially when it comes to writing, you can find a genre or a space that you maybe didn't know that you would like and something that you've never tried before. And so I just personally have enjoyed using this guitar to explore some spaces and some genres and some writing styles that I'm not usually used to playing. Anyway. Alright, so the FF338 is a great option for anyone looking to try out a semi-hollow body guitar at a great price. Whether you have a recording gig coming up that needs a semi-hollow on it, or maybe if you've been booked for a tour with a blues or a country band, or if you just want to try out a new style of guitar, this is a great option that won't break the bank. They have a ton of different styles and finishes on their website, so you're sure to find something that fits your vibe. They even have a 12-string on there, so that's pretty cool. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to purchase the product or just get a little more information from their website. I'll leave that below and you can feel free to check that out. Thanks so much for watching the video, I really appreciate it. Please feel free to hit like and subscribe if you like what you saw here, and check out the rest of the channel for more music related content. Thanks so much for watching.